It's a completely failure of a season, ladies and gentlemen, dear believer of this young AC Milan. We had to wait until the 3rd of February to understand it. The season, it is a failure, and they understood it. We knew it as a fan. We knew that this season it's a failure completely. We brought home a Supercoppa, which is incredible, but with 8th place in Serie A, we are far away from a qualification of Champions League. Coppa Italia we'll see in a day or so, but I think the priority of Milan this season is supposed to be the campionato. It's supposed to be the campionato, especially when Inter win the Scudetto in your face. The year after, right away, you should have changed. You should be top priority to win. Top priority. And now they're just realizing, because we got Fonseca. He's a gentleman, but he's not what Milan needed with this mercenaries team. We got somehow we got Emerson Royal, that they understood after probably 3 matches that why are we playing? Maybe Fonseca wanted him. I don't know. Morata. Why are you gonna buy a player like this and then give him away 6 months? Because you understand that you did a mistake. It's clear. And now they realizing that there is a very strong chance that Milan doesn't qualify for the next Champions League, that we have a real problem here. And I have to say, thanks also to the protest of the fans. Thanks also for everyone, from us that we make video, to you that you comment, from the people in San Siro, the people outside Casa Milan, that they protested against this ownership that was going. I don't know what. No, not really the ownership. I would say the direction of the ownership. That was completely lost. And they realize it now in January, right? They realize it now in January that, oh, look, we messed up. We messed up big time. Maybe it's better if we start fixing things. So they start getting a real coach with balls called Conceição. They start to listen. They start to sit down at the table and saying, guys, we need to put Milan on the priority. Who's not happy at Milan? That's the door. And I remember a few videos ago, I said it, and some of you commented. I hope that your theory of the door, it is right. And guess what, guys? Couple of OG of Milan decide to leave. Calabria and Benasser. Players that one is the Capitano, 17 season in Milan. The other one is Benasser. With him, one of the most important players that brought us the Scudetto back after 11 years. With him, the renaissance of Milan back in 2020. We all know that Ben is not the same since that injury in the semi-final of Inter against Inter 2 years back. So he's not really there. And as Ibrahimovic just mentioned a few minutes ago in the interview, if you're not here with the head, if you're not here because you trust in this project, that's the door. And we saw Morata, we saw Calabria, we saw Benasser leaving. I was expecting actually, that's the thing, guys. We don't have to trust any of these players, because remember what? Guess what? We have only the jersey, solo la maglia, guys. Because if this is the flow, I would be not surprised if somebody like Teo Hernandez, Rafa Leao, or even Mike Maignan decide to leave. Mike Maignan, no, because I feel lately he's very, very focused, especially now that he's captain. I think his renewal is on the way. But Teo Hernandez and Rafa, we will see what's going to happen in the future if he doesn't satisfy what what's his name, what Conceição wants. So again, I am a fan that support completely Sergio Conceição, because he had the balls not only to talk directly to the team, but he also had the balls to talk directly to the club. The club say, we don't want to have a coach. We don't want to have a manager. We want a coach. And that was the mistake that they did, because they wanted a coach. They got Fonseca, and we got fucked up. Now we got an actual coach/manager like Conte, and slowly we will see the result. But the first things that we can do is fix the player. First, Emerson Royal is not a real player. Morata, 10 shots in 22 games, is not a real player. Calabria, it's over since 2 years, is not a real player. Benacer, it is a good player, but his time is over in Milan. Now we have new players. We have in the midfield, we have Bombo, Conco, Tonto, what's his name? 21 years old from Monza, 10 million, we bought it. Classic CC, classic midfielder. Perfect, because after leaving of Benacer, we need somebody like this. Sottils, nothing special, left wing, 25 years, didn't score much in the last few years. But because the season is going to be long, we need people that can also substitute our wingers. For example, Leao. We cannot pretend that Leao constantly play every single match, like this. We need somebody that, that can give him some time also to rest. Also, guys, remember that now Morata, Benacer, and Calabria, they left the spot in Champions League. So that means they're not with us anymore. That means they have 3 spots available for the Champions League list. And this is going to be occupied by Jimenez, by Kyler Walker, and surely by Felix. Okay, no doubt. That means the Bondo and Sottil, they're not going to be included into the Champions League, because they know, of course, the most important thing, if you have to put more energy, where we need more energy is going to be the Campionato, because it's more on a long run, the Campionato, rather than one single event, one single match, okay? So probably they're going to be played for Fofana, Reinders, Loftus-Cheek if he's coming back, Pulisic, Leao, whoever we can. And in the Campionato, 3 days after, because now Champions League, we have 15 matches in the last 23 days. It's in the last month and almost 2 months time, 15 matches. Milan playing every 3 days. It's unreal. So we need somebody that can be good for good potential, like Bombo, Concorda, don't remember his name now, and Sottil for sure. We will see if he can last. Regarding the other guy, Joao Felix, I think we doesn't need too many presentation. Back in 2020, was bought by Atletico de Madrid for 120 millions. Then up, down, Chelsea, Barcelona. Didn't convince me ever, to be fair. Is a classic player that need to convince old Rossoneri, and I'm sure has to convince you as well, because it's a lot of chit chat, it's a lot of words, but I don't remember a single highlights. I don't remember, maybe I remember a couple of goals by Joao Felix, but that's it. Okay, he's been always around, and in the last 5 years, I don't know. I think he's a player that excellent talent. Nobody's talking about his technique, about his football knowledge, and about his talent, as I mentioned. But what we have to think is that he need to find the right environment. Is Milan the right environment? Is Conceição going to be able, because of the language, and Leao is going to be able to bring the best out of Joao Felix? We will see, ladies and gentlemen. The other thing the other thing that we can wish now, that arriving on the top 4, Fiorentina still have to play in San Siro against us. Lazio still have to play against. Atalanta still have to play against us. We still have a match to play against Napoli. Bologna, we still have to play it, I think, twice this season. So it's gonna be, there are still chance to get in Champions League. I think the 4th spot right now, it at 7 points. It is a long way to go, but we cannot miss anything else from now on. I think Conceição now has a team. I stand with Conceição, really, really good. I don't stand with this club that messed up pretty much this season. This season is gone because of whatever they planned in summer. There was no planning, and there was no planning not even now in winter. We saw that everything happened in the last day. So something has to change. I watched some video of some Italian YouTuber that they were mentioning that they found it really strange that they spent 35 million for a striker. Meanwhile, all the other players, they are just, loans. So pretty much you just spend 35 million. Yes, Joao Felix is on, we're going to pay his fee, which is 5 or 6 million. So it's pretty much his salary. And for some content creator that out there, they were mentioning that it is a bit strange for this kind of investment. And sometimes this kind of investment, it's made because something will change. Something is to bring more value before something is going to change. So in their opinion, at the end of the season, Redbird will sell AC Milan, and there's going to be new investor coming in together with Elliott, and we will see what's going to happen. Clearly, Redbird so far doesn't have a good appeal. You can hear that doesn't have a good voice. Jerry Cardinale is the most hated name in around Milan. The chance of San Siro singing Cardinale devi vendere, Cardinale you have to sell. It might be because if actually now Milan is the second, it could be actually, guys, because Milan is already the second season that is on a positive balance. It doesn't have any debts, and it's completely rebuild the brand thanks to the player, thanks to some victory, thanks to a lot of things that Milan outside of the field did. Is the biggest football Italian brand out in Italy now. The growth is unbelievable. We will see what's going to happen, guys, because we all know what is missing in this Milan. We all know what is missing, and he has a name and has a last name, and he's been playing for us, and he's been managing even for us. Maybe a new found, somebody from Saudi Arabia, maybe somebody from more powerful house that can bring a huge amount of money, because eventually, yes, we need money, but we need somebody that brings the belief in this AC Milan more than everything else. The ideas are there, the market strategy, we can do it. I can see this is pretty much all done by Mendes. Clearly the mercato has been done by Mendes with the help of Conceição, and hell yes, good stuff, I have to say. But now we need the player to believe in AC Milan. We as a fan, we do believe, isn't it? That's why you subscribe to the channel of the old Rossoneri. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we're going to have a match, Milan-Roma. Not sure if I'm going to be able to watch it because it's at 4 a.m. here for me. However, we're going to do some post-match video for sure, and we will see if this Milan can keep going also in Coppa Italia, which is, oh my God, against Roma. One match, another and after. Ciao bello.